there's one. Oh man, that's pulling, buddy. Goodness gracious. Man. He is pulling. He's still going. This one here is on a piece of cut bluegill. Look at the bend in that rod, buddy. I ain't got my other camera with me today. Look at that. He's going with it. Bait has been hard for me to find, so I'm using bluegill. I caught him right before I come out here. I got a body chunk on this rod that this fish hit. I got a head on that rod, and I got a whole dead bluegill on the one behind me. It's a good fish. I've been setting. I'm anchored right here at the mouth of this creek, right off this point. Been sitting here almost an hour now. Sun's getting ready to go down. I've had my graph on. Usually I turn it off when I'm anchor fishing, but I've left it on. I've seen fish sitting there, so I was hoping they'd turn on. You know, bluegill isn't my preferred bait by any stretch, but it will catch a fish. And when times are hard, I will use it. This is a good one. Hold it right quick. Oh goodness, get me all soaking wet. It's freezing cold. What a mess here. What a mess this is. He's got my other line all wrapped up. Alright guys, look at that. Heck yeah, man. Like I said, I'm just anchored down right in the mouth of this creek. Got my lines directly under me. He got my back rod tangled up here, but it's worth it. Heck yeah, man. Alright. Let's let him go. We'll see you, buddy. Let's do it again soon. There's a fish. There he is. Yeah, there he goes. He swam with it a little bit. I'm starting to get some more action here. It's been obviously dark now. Sun's been down about an hour. And I'm starting to get more taps at my bait, so I think these fish they're either moving in here or they're turning on. Well, that's pulling now. I didn't think he was that big when I first hooked into him, but he's taking off. It's fun, man. It's fun when you suspend fishing like this. I've said it in other videos. God, look at him. When you suspend fishing, you don't have much line out. It's just directly under the kayak. And so these fish, even smaller fish, they just put a huge bend in the rod. They pull like the dickens. I mean, it's fun. Suspend fishing is my favorite way. Hands down, my favorite way to fish. It just don't get more fun than this. Especially when you hook into a good fish like I got on here. He's pulling drag, man. I'll tell you what, man, when I picked up on this fish, he had come up, I think, with the bait and swam with it. But when I first felt the weight of him, he didn't feel that big. But now I know this fish he's got some shoulders on him. Trying to keep him out of my anchor rope here. Oh yeah, guys, that's another good fish. That is another good fish right there, y'all. on the cut bluegill, on the body chunk. Come on in here now. Come on in here. There we go, guys. There we go. Get this old hook out of him. Let me get this hook out of this big thing. There you go. Right there. Big chunk of bluegill. Oh, I'm gonna lose him over the side if I ain't careful now. Oh, don't you kick. Oh man, this is a good fish, guys. I gotta get a good grip on him here. There we go. My gloves are slippery with him on there. Man, that's what I'm talking about. That makes it worthwhile sitting out here in the freezing cold. Golly bum, he's heavy. Man, I love this. Catching them on a suspended bait. I mean, they pull hard anyway, but when you get one this size, it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Look at that thing right there. He's got a big chunk out of his face. Hold him up here for one more picture. All right, let's let him go. See you, buddy. Off he goes. Heck yeah, man. I love it. Oh, getting that rod right there, guys. I think he's on there. Let's pick up on it. He's on there. Back at me now. It's the second time. That last fish I thought had come up under the bait and took off with it. I think this one had done the same thing. I didn't feel him hit initially. When I flipped my light on, I could see my line had moved up. Alright, guys. Not bad. He's a chunky little dink, ain't he? He's hungry for that bait. That's the third one now. All three of these fish I've caught have come on the bluegill body chunk. The head piece hasn't been touched, and the whole bluegill I've got on that back rod back there hasn't been touched. It's just been the body chunk they've wanted tonight. It's funny, you know, how they key in on that one slice of bait.